My name's Danny Madrid. I'm based out of Stockton, California. Currently, I'm a business owner. We are a commercial rough framing subcontractor. We generally specialize in the commercial industry. We do some residential as well. So we've done some apartment buildings in the past as well. So we come in and pretty much build the bones of the structure and move on to the next job. So that's kind of what we do in this in the construction industry. We're in at least 7 deals right now with Ashcroft. Office space always kind of concerned me because not everyone needs an office, and that kind of is relatively true, especially now after what is going on in the world. I always knew you always need a place to live. I know a lot of millennials are not the first ones to come to go buy a house. So, the first step is obviously going to get into an apartment, and then maybe step up into a home. So I always felt that apartment buildings were something that I could really understand as far as the scalability and the fact too that we build a lot of these structures as well. So I was very familiar with just the overall asset class, as far as when we started building these. That's kind of what got me in tune of, hey, this kind of makes sense. It's a lot of people paying you rent, and the scalability of it, it just made sense for us to not try to go out and search these ourselves and stay focused in our business and reach into multifamily. So I really felt comfortable with this asset class, at least on the real estate side. I could focus on my business. Originally when I first got into this, I was looking at deals separately. I was looking at syndicating a deal. I really started kind of keeping my mind off my business and more on the syndication side. And I wasn't quite ready to make a transition like that. And then I kind of had to take a step back and go, you know what? I really need to focus on what got me here to be able to write a check to passively invest. And I think that's what kind of kind of changed my investment goals. Because at first it was like, everyone always thinks they have to do everything on their own. And then when you start realizing, I started going to I went to quite a few different seminars. I went to a syndication event, with the real estate guys. My plan was to start investing in multifamily on the syndication side. And when I left that event, I said, you know what? I need to just focus on my business and look to see where I can park some of this money with other qualified syndicators and go about it that way. And so just me taking that leap has really helped me out on my business side, helped me realign my focus that's really been important. And will I ever syndicate a deal? I don't know. Right now, it's perfect where I have it right now. And it's not bad. Going into the first deal is just the team aspect of it, figuring out, okay, who's the team on this side? Are they just going to take my money and run? Because the deals that were presented made a lot of sense. It's just now, okay, hey, are they going to do what they're going to say they're going to do? So that was probably the biggest thing, but the communication definitely helped out through that, because it is always a little bit timid to first write that first check, drop it in the mailbox and go, okay, well, hope for the best, and so that was probably the biggest obstacle that I had to overcome. And then just going through it, doing the first deal, seeing how you guys worked, just made it a lot easier. Now it's just looking at the deal. Does the deal make sense? Because I already trust in the team. You guys are very transparent. You guys communicate regularly. I think it's very, very important. Especially first starting out. I was very comfortable with this asset class, so it wasn't as much getting a filling out process as far as, hey, do I want to invest in multifamily? It's who do I want to invest with? And Yeah, definitely reaching out to you guys, looking at some of the deals that you guys were looking at. You guys kind of checked all the boxes and the criteria that I was looking for as an investor. The monthly reports are really nice. You know, giving a full spectrum of some of the deals that we're on, the good, the bad, the ugly. One of them, the occupancy was going down low. They kept us really informed on it, and the occupancy slowly climbed back up, and just keeping us in the loop on it. And I would say transparency was probably the biggest thing. And during especially during the first quarter, 2 quarters of COVID, just that over communication was really, really important, because a lot of people were concerned about multifamily, and now I think after it's all said and done, a lot of people are really comfortable with multifamily now. So one of my first friends already took it upon and actually just invested in your value add one deal, and he's probably going to do some in the next value add deal. Already recommended you guys. So 3 reasons, obviously. First is the team that you guys have there. You guys got a good, solid team. Secondly, your guys' deals are good. You're in all the states that I would want to invest in. Considering I'm from California, and my rule is I will not invest $1 in California. I'll live here, beautiful state to live, but you do not want to dump any money in California for investing. So I like the states that you guys are investing in, and just the quality assets that you guys are investing in. So that I would recommend as far as to someone else. So the transparency, the communication, the states that you're investing in, and also you guys are investing in higher D type asset class on apartment buildings. So I really feel strongly about those. Actually, we took one of our first vacations, one of our first big vacations was last summer. I've always been really focused on the business, and last summer was the first summer that we took off for about 4 weeks, and I really stepped out and was able to eventually replace my earned income with our passive income. And that was probably probably one of the biggest steps that I have made, because I was always too afraid to end up stepping out of the business for a while. I was still working in the business, but I was more remote, and that was probably one of the bigger goals that I hit on that. Some of the returns I had to actually borrow from my passive side to supplement some of our business side, because the lumber market, we're really attached to the lumber market and the commodities on that side. So when the lumber market jumped up, there was a couple of jobs that we had to fund for a little bit, for about a 3-4 month period, and I had to fund it from my passive account, which I mean right there then and there, I'm like, wow, I'm doing this is where I want to be, so eventually I think, in time, that's where I want to be, all until, as far as just being on the passive side. And definitely that was another story as far as, how that side actually helped my actual business. So I actually could count on that income coming in. So that was also a good turning point too. I think it's good to have feedback, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. I try to get feedback from our company all the time, and sometimes it's probably the hardest thing to get back from. You might get an email, no, you guys are doing good, or that's about it. But I also want to know where we can pick up some of the slack, or where people where our customers think we're doing good at, and double down in those areas. So I think it's good to present feedback too, as well. You guys have done good for me and my family, and I think that's only right to do something like that in return. I'm going to continue to invest in Ashcroft, and I love the new deal structures that you guys are bringing up, and the diversification that you guys are presenting. I thought that was really cool. So, and yeah, I would say probably that would probably be my why as far as that as well, because it seems like you guys keep going in the right direction, and the same direction, I would like to go. So as far as the deals that you're looking at are really solid deals, and the team you guys have is really solid. So the team and the deals, definitely is going in a good direction.